Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and a new video. With this one, I thought I would do a bit of an experiment. With The Sims 4, you can obviously give them some kind of free will, and I wanted to see if a family, just a standard family, dad, mum, 2 children, could survive a week in The Sims with very, very minimal help from me. So I made the family. Both adults I did using story mode. I did one, my husband did the other, so they would be kind of different, and because I wanted to see how their traits would influence how they would do. She's neat, so I thought she would clean. He's a slob, you know, that wasn't really helpful. And then they had 2 children, because I wanted to see how the different ages would also react, because I wanted to see, obviously children can't cook, so I wanted to see if a adult or the team would help out, etc, etc. So I made the family. It's all very random. They were very randomised because it didn't really matter what they looked like. So I just moved them into a lot, kind of decorated it, gave them a few things that I thought they could do to like skill build. So like, because the man was a painting aspiration, I thought he might paint. There's like the game controller there, so if one of them wants to do it. A lot of standing around is what I found they did. I cut a lot of it out. I was actually recording for over 2 hours. That was obviously including making them and the houses, and there was bits and pieces. Like I forgot to put lights in, which you'll see at one point in the video goes from it being very dark to magically there's lights in there. But that's, you know, there could be worse things to forget. But yeah, a lot of standing around, a lot of them doing nothing. At one point, I did actually even check because I couldn't remember if, like I'm doing it now, I couldn't remember if it was like a scale. So if it was like, oh, 1, you know, full like free will, or half, or none, or if it was just on and off, and it is just an on and off thing. I also, you might have just seen, they were all stood around really hot because I made it summer, and none of them were getting changed into their like their summer wear, and I thought, well, I can't have them all die in the first 5 seconds because that's no good. That would be rubbish. So I did step in then and change them all. I think that was the last time, apart from picking up things like obviously because I've got the parenthood pack, so you will get things pop up where it's like, oh, the kids want advice. I sat at my desk and I was doing other things, but I did click off those, and because obviously there's no point in stopping it from recording. I did also at one point realise that I hadn't made them married. So the parents wouldn't actually sleep in the same bed as each other. It takes me a good while to realise that, because I decided to do it from Sunday to Sunday, you know, see if they survive a full week. And I think it was about Wednesday I realised. So, but it was fun to see. I might try it with it because I do have Sims 3 and Sims 2. I might try it with that as well, but I presume they're all about the same. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to do it. I did try and do everything as well on full speed, and then I've sped the video up as well. So if you're thinking, oh, that's bloody fast, well, that's because I've sped the video up. Because as I say, I was recording for over 2 hours. I've managed to get it from 2 hours to now. So, just at least they're chatting. Just a lot of that. I feel this is actually the first time as well that I've properly watched it through since I cut it all down. So if I go quiet, it's because I'm watching it with you. I actually thought as well, the teenage boy, as you can see him over in the corner, I thought he was a goner. As you can see his needs, he's very tired, very hungry, needs his hygiene sorted. I honestly thought he was a goner. Which, maybe that's a teenage boy thing. Maybe you just couldn't look after him. Because the others seemed quite fine. Going to the toilet, getting something to eat, all of that. And he just wasn't. And I thought, what are you? How useless. But, goes as it goes. But yeah, I don't really know what I expected from this as well. I kind of hoped that either They would live their lives. They would be perfect. They'd all go to school or all go to work when they were meant to. That they would live and be fine, and somebody would cook a couple of meals, like group meals, and that would sustain everybody, but they didn't. Then at the same time I was also hoping that, you know, somebody would die. Somebody would, you know, be taken away by social services. Maybe a fire. Yeah, I was thinking I couldn't really decide which way I wanted it to go. But it went. Still, a lot of standing around. Also as well, you'll see as we get there, the shower at one point I thought was broken because it looked like it was on, but I actually think it was so dirty by the end that the Sims weren't getting clean whenever they were in it. They were never clean, and it and yeah, it was just I thought it was broken, but it wasn't. It must have just been really dirty, and I thought because she had the neat trait that she would just clean things, but maybe she didn't, because by the end she was so uncomfortable that she didn't want to clean, but all the dirtiness was making her more uncomfortable. Strange. But now I've done it and I've answered my own question, which you will find the answer to at the end if you carry on watching. But yeah, a lot of standing around. I maybe should have given them more than one bathroom as well. I don't know if that would have helped, but still haven't noticed by this point that they weren't married. I still hadn't noticed that they weren't sleeping in the same. I just thought they didn't like each other. And I was thinking to myself, well, they can't have had an argument and not liked each other in that time to get their relationship down so low that they wouldn't share a bed. I don't remember it happening. And yeah, I did check, so I had to use MC Command Center to make them married, just to give them a fair shot, just so they would sleep in the same bed. Nobody did any homework, which I'm pretty sure in The Sims 3, maybe 2, the better ones, that if your child will just come home sometimes and just sit down and do their homework like a good angel, but clearly not in this game, or at least these children, they were rubbish. And she also had the love the outdoors trait, so I thought maybe she would go out and do things in the neighbourhood, but no. Turns out the Sims really do need us to live, because otherwise they're just really boring and don't do anything. I also don't understand why when they're tired. Oh, this is when I noticed, and I was like, look, I've got to do something about this. I've got to get that relationship up. And then I thought, I'll do it the traditional way and have them talk and, be mates, and then and then I realised there was no relationship, and that's when I looked and I went, oh, they're not married, they're acquaintances. And then that's when I got them married, so they would sleep in the same bed. But I don't understand why, if they're tired, they don't just get into bed. She's really tired by this point. Why wouldn't she just get into bed? Why does she nap? That doesn't make sense. Because if I was really tired, I'd go and get into bed and have, go to sleep. I wouldn't just have a nap. But there you go, The Simpsons. I imagine if I'd put a coffee machine or something in, they probably would have just drank loads of coffee instead as well. They were generally alright though. I think there was only one day where a couple of them missed work and school. The rest all went. I suppose that was a good thing for them, because their needs were kind of more met at school and work. So they went up a bit. He really needs the toilet. Oh no, he's going to work. And the back. I tried to give them things to do where they would, you know, be able to get fun up. That's why they've got like a stereo and there's a toy box and a computer, and didn't work. As you can see as well, the shower is, as I said, getting grimier and grimier. By this point as well, he was burning to death and I couldn't be bothered with him. And I thought, well, you know what? He dies. So, yeah. But he survived. He went in the house. He went and tried to wash himself and did a lot more standing around. A lot of waving. So... definitely. Should I ever feel the need to do this again, 2 bathrooms is definitely the way. I could try it with like 8 Sims. No, that would be horrifying. That would be irritating. But maybe, you know. I also thought because they would all, like I gave them all their own beds and everything like that, that they would only stick to them, but no. Everybody likes sleeping in everybody else's bed. It's weird. At least they're getting to go to school. At least that'll help them a bit. They could eat there, use the toilet. God, that shower's filthy. They're just getting into it now and coming straight back out. That's where I checked it to make sure it wasn't broken. I don't think it's having any effect on them anymore. It's lots of naps. Getting up. God bless that computer. They bloody loved it. Just as I thought as well then, that they were all going to be like sleeping through the night and having a good time. He wakes up, does some stuff, comes back to... I presume he went to go play on like the swing set that I've got outside instead of like doing anything. I do feel a bit sorry for him because he's lived off like quick meals. He basically had like cereal and stuff the whole time. I did think that one of them would make like a group meal at some point. That would be really helpful, but even if they like did it and it went on the side and everyone had a setting, a serving, not a setting, sorry, and then it went spoiled, I thought, you know, obviously not. We're almost there. Less than 24 hours left. A bit more sitting around. He's burning to death as well. Couldn't... Well, I thought it was just like an automatic thing that they would do. But we're coming to the end of it now, guys. So it answers the question, will they survive a week on their own? No. Ish. Kind of. They will survive, but they were not happy about it. But if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. That'd be really nice if you could. If you don't want to, that's okay as well, but it'll hurt my feelings. But here we go. All done and dusted.